Hey guys, Omni here. Welcome back. Today we are going to be diving into the series finale of Secret Invasion. It's been a wild and interesting ride up until this point. I love the twists and turns that it's been taking. I know that you can definitely tell that some elements have been trimmed out. I've noticed a couple scenes that have been omitted from the trailers and whatnot. And I do think there are some, maybe possibly like many of the other shows, some story threads that have been kind of cut short or trimmed down. But all the same, it's been pretty consistent the whole way through. I've been intrigued, I've been invested, and I just think the acting and the dialogue between the different characters in every episode has been really, really strong. And that's been keeping me afloat throughout, and just seeing how all of this kind of builds up to the finale and what impact, if any, it's going to have for the MCU moving forward, especially with these Super Skrulls, with what Gravik has in store, and where this leaves Fury at the end of it all. With that said, let's go ahead and strap in and see what happens. So guys, if you want to see the full length reaction, you check it out over on Patreon, or if we got a Emerald channel, gives you access as well. It will be in watch along format, so you just need to sync up your own footage with the time code, so reaction to the entire episode. The same thing for all the other shows and movies that we cover here on the channel. There's also a community pick where you guys get to suggest and then vote on what movie I react to each month. We got monthly Q&As, behind the scenes footage to try to make it worth your while. Should sure to support the channel. But guys, I'd really appreciate it if you enjoy the reaction to leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. And with that all said and out of the way, let's hop into Episode 6, Home.
This is the first time you called this number in years.
I have dialed this number 1 million times. This is just the first time I press send.
Oh, wow.
That's cold consolation. Know if you'll be coming back?
All right, I'll let you go now.
You don't have to if you don't want to, darling.
Take care of yourself.
Also, I'm still wondering who he called when he was like, requested the cavalry, as he put it. Yeah, it's, there's nobody in that, man. Which they should have been able to see. Oh, God. All right, here we go.
President Vladimir has strenuously denied responsibility.
Oh, he strenuously denied it. Then I guess we're all right then.
He's been so sassy, man.
We cannot rule out the possibility of a false flag attack.
Did you take a stupid pill with your breakfast this morning?
Oh my God, dude. This Rava, man, is intense.
The American people need to hear from you, sir. They need to understand who's responsible for this. And it's the Russians, 100%. There's your proof right there. Make the call, Mr. President.
It's manipulation, man. Oh, right. I was like, it looks like somebody beat him here. That was Gravik. Also Gravik. Dude, it still blows me away that he was in the Barbie movie as one of the Kens. It was so jarring going from this and then seeing him there, and now going back to this.
You have to get him out of there.
Who?
The president, you bloody idiot. Fury's headed straight for you.
Oh, nice bluff.
Fury's lost it. He wants Ritson stopped before the bomb is launched. Move the president now.
Nice.
Where is everybody? Locked away. Looks like it's just you and me, Fury. No more protection for you. How about a drink instead? To the last stand of the great Nick Fury.
Rhodey, buddy. Sweep every floor and lock down the elevators. National security threat.
What in the world? Where were I don't even know the angles half of those came from.
Your Avengers on standby. What about that invisible cloak and shield?
You're too busy playing dress up, using my skin like a costume.
A costume, Fury. Do you not recognize this skin? Huh? This was the first human I killed. And you know why I killed him? I killed him because you told me to.
Wow.
You know, I was young. I tried my best. I wanted to give everything to impress my hero. You know, the one who promised us a home. But this man, Fury, he had a wife. And he had children. Yeah, all right, maybe he was a bit misguided. But I killed him because of you! And everyone I killed took a little piece out of my heart.
You're not the only one.
No, but I am the only one brave enough to admit it.
Talos.
I'm supposed to be like Talos and put my trust in you. You pimped us, Fury. You put us out to work for you, and when you were done with us, you threw us away. I'm gonna take a flamethrower to humanity. And just so I am absolutely clear about this, Fury, you look at me. Look at me. You did this. The species you spent your entire adult life defending. They were condemned to die the day I realized you weren't a man of your word. You really should have kept your promise.
You're right. You know, the last thing I felt before I flaked off.
What's that?
Relief that I didn't have to fight anymore. That I finally had a way out. You're right.
Clear the floor.
Damn.
Clear the floor. Agent, your weapon.
I mean, I get that.
I wasn't brave. Do you know why I came back to Earth? You were the youngest Skrull on my team. I felt responsible for you. I should have taught you that you never give up the fight.
What is going on?
Because I failed you and failed your people.
The Invisible?
I decided to give you what you want. Take your powers, go to some other planet, wipe out some other species. I don't give a damn. Just leave Earth the hell alone and leave it now.
Damn, dude. Good God.
It's pure.
That's terrifying.
No checking behind the doors. You really are a Skrull.
Sonya, I don't know what it is you think you're doing, but if
No
you don't...
buts. Just yours back into the hallway. Go on.
What's gonna happen with Fury in there? Wait, that's Gaia. It's gotta be somebody else. The faking of the, yeah. Or Nick's been a Skrull the whole time. Yes! I was like, it had to have been an act, dude. Oh, okay. He was just in the shadows the whole time.
You're flailing.
Whoa.
You're weak.
Drax's arm. Trogdor! Oh my God, this is nuts. Jesus.
Skrull rebels have kidnapped dozens of world officials, along with Colonel Rhodes. He and other world officials are being kept in pods beneath the Skrull compound. You nuke that, you nuke them.
Please tell me this isn't true.
Are you listening to this insanity? Of course it isn't true.
Oh no. Jesus. This is crazy though. This is the fucking Hulk foot.
Just stay the course, all right? And all our enemies will be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo. Nice. It's like a weird chess game of powers. Dude, this is kind of badass. It almost gives you Skyrim vibes, where you have like one ability in one hand and another in your opposite. God damn.
You're just like your father. Just like them.
Oh my god. Holy shit. Is that it? Okay. Oh, come on, guys. Oh! Well, there it is. Gravik not have somebody with a insane healing factor? Can we trust that we left him dead out there and he's not just going to get back up? Yo, how long has Rhodey been down here, man? Ah, okay, Ross. Thank God. How long has he been down here?
Colonel Rhodes? How long have you been in here?
You've been held hostage for a long time.
I would like an exact answer.
We all witnessed the terror attack that was carried out on my motorcade earlier this week in England. The terrorists responsible were a shape-shifting, alien-born species known as Skrulls. Tonight, I'm presenting to Congress for immediate emergency authorization a bill that designates all off-world-born species enemy combatants. We know who you are. We know how to find you. And we will kill every last one of you.
That sucks, but I guess, unfortunately, that's to be expected of mankind, man. He's not just gonna, like, know that it's not all of them that did this, you know? Like, you know, Talos is the only reason he's alive.
Who are you? A friend of a friend. Your people need a leader. You'll need resources to fight this war that Ritson has launched on your people, and I can give them to you.
And let me guess, you're doing this out of the kindness of your heart?
God, no, don't be silly.
My father entered into a deal like that. It didn't end so well.
Yes, well, let's be sure not to repeat the mistakes of Talos and Fury and leave love and friendship out of this. I will use you, and you will use me, and together we'll make this planet safe for both our people.
Interesting. Why does I feel like I've seen this scene before? I don't know. Did they release that early or something? I know I didn't watch it in whole if it did, or am I insane?
I was relieved that we made it out alive. I was relieved too, till I watched that hateful ass speech you made.
Putting things back together was never gonna be easy.
What the hell is all this?
This is how the enemy got so good.
You took a bad situation and made it worse.
But we have to act now.
Oh!
Before the hit squad you inspired, kill off the Skrulls who still want to help us.
Oh my God!
Lad is killing innocent humans too.
Oh wow.
Call off your war.
Give me a break. There's only one way this ends. The old Nick Fury would have known that. If you truly care about the Skrulls, get them off my planet.
Fuck. Alright, he's heading back up.
Priscilla.
Vara. Now that humans know we're among them, I'd like to use my birth name.
Well, Vara. Good news from Saber. The Kree said they're open to peace talks with the Skrulls.
Make peace.
Not a trap.
I need your help.
My help?
Please. Come with me.
I'll help you get started. But then I've got to get back. All my work is here, darling. And it's never been more important. I just wanted to tell you that I love you. As I am.
Only as you are.
No. So I guess this can be set prior to the Marvels. I was always in the assumption because Fury was on Saber and all that that took place before this. But then again, he said he hadn't been back to Earth, and he would have had to have come back to Earth to talk to Kamala and all of that anyway. So I guess that makes sense. But I wasn't sure how we were going to get back into this point. No post credits. It just kicked me out. Really, there's nothing. I'm kind of surprised. It's double, triple checking. So I was kind of surprised when we saw that this one was actually shorter than the one that came before. I think it wrapped up interestingly enough, but like everything else, it did feel rushed. It felt a little claustrophobic when it could have breathed a little bit more. Here's where a chunk of that budget went that they were flaunting about on top of everything else. That fight between Gaia and Gravik was kind of nuts. That was a really cool, really interesting fight. You know, seeing them showcase a bunch of different hero and villain abilities just left and right in there, left and right. It was a lot of fun. I would have loved to have seen more of it, but I understand that of all things being limited on this level. But I feel like some of the other pacing throughout the episode, like the resolution of the presidential stuff, the Rhodey stuff, and the evacuation, the Gravik meet, all of that just went by so fast. And we didn't get any resolution for the Soren stuff. It's just, yeah, she was just killed off screen in the last 20, 30 years. That's it. That's the end of it. I was waiting for something with that, but nope. We got Gravik's backstory. It would have been nice to see that. You know, it was one thing for him to tell us how he felt in that moment, that he lost a piece of himself, and to like see the uplifted Gravik do this thing, you know, excited for his first mission, excited to work for Fury, and then to be told what he has to do and then doing it, and then seeing how that chipped away at his soul would have been very interesting to see. I think we could have subbed out some of the other things and focused in on that, because I felt like Gravik as a character, we were just kind of being told what he was like more than we got to see it. And we got to see him execute some of his plans and obviously, you know, pull some shady maneuvers against his own people. I just would have liked a little bit more of that. I'm curious what the original version of this was going to be, because remember when they touted it as being this crossover event on Disney Plus? Like it was going to be this big crossover thing. I wonder what the original version of this, because also the release order also changed during everything else, the shakeup of the timelines that, you know, was a result of, you know, the shutdowns and all of that during production. So I'm just very curious what the original outlook of this was. You know, we know there was cutscenes and stuff like that removed from, you know, there was some scenes that were in the trailers that we didn't get to see play out in this. And then, you know, but it was still pretty, I think overall, I mean, despite those criticisms, it was still, I think overall, more so than most, I think the most consistent from beginning to end. And I did enjoy it overall. I had a lot of fun with the intrigue. I had a lot of fun with this, but it did get to this point where I felt like all this stuff was building and boiling up to a point where I wasn't sure about the landing. And I think it sticks the landing, but it does kind of, it was rushed. So I would say that it slipped a little bit, but it didn't trip or anything like that. And some of the other shows have done so. I think this one ended fine. It was just a quick wrap up, and I would have liked, again, like with many of these shows, more time, or to have just made this a movie, and maybe it would have flowed a little bit better if you'd kind of trimmed out some of the other elements, you know, that, you know, I don't know, because that's like a catch-22 too, because we got a lot of great scene work, a lot of great acting, a lot of great dialogue. What would we sacrifice for that? Like Miss Marvel, I feel like would have been a much better film than the series. While I still enjoyed it, it still had a lot of pacing problems because it was padding out a lot of things, and then there were storylines that just kind of went nowhere. And that's kind of something I could say about a lot of these shows, and which is interesting because now they pivoted with Armor Wars, which was going to be a series and is now going to be a movie. So I'm just curious, like what happens behind the scenes to make them decide that we're going to do that with this one and not other projects, where I feel like this probably would have worked better in just like a straight through format. But man, I'm still disappointed that we offed Talos like that, especially, you know, given everything that happened, and then that his sacrifice, not even, like, yeah, that his sacrifice in the end means nothing. It meant nothing. It showed that humanity is exactly as Fury said it was. Like, it's, and I guess that is like the reality of the situation, to show Talos's fault was his optimism, that he saw us as better than we ended up being. The fact that they're going back and having peace talks with the Kree of all people versus humanity right now, given what just happened, like, it is kind of understandable that right now is a little touchy, but yeah, man, oh my God, the reaction to it is very topical. We've seen evidence of this. The brutality of this show does show that Marvel right now is, at least with certain things, willing to push the envelope a little bit. This was one of the most violent things we've seen from the MCU. Not from Marvel, you know, because of Blade, from Daredevil, Punisher, all that stuff, but from the MCU, from Marvel Studios, violent. And they didn't really shy too far away from any of it. So I gotta give them that too. And again, the performances, like this wasn't flawless, but I really did enjoy it overall, I think. Though I don't know how I feel overall about by the end of it with this finale though. Like, as a whole, like, it's still great. I don't know where it would rank up. Like, it doesn't touch Loki. It doesn't touch WandaVision. I'm not sure if I would say it breaks top 5, despite me enjoying some of those things, those elements of it that were executed really well. The tone was, again, very consistent throughout. It did a lot of things well. I don't know. It just felt like there's something, just a little something missing in the end. But I'm curious to see what this sets up for more, especially that relationship between Sonya and Gaia, and the Skrulls that are going to stay on Earth. I mean, what happens if they do negotiate and find a home for them off-world? Is this relationship between Gaia and Sonya just going to end? Are they just going to go and leave? I got nothing. I don't know what the plan is moving forward. I guess we'll find out maybe in the Marvels, at least an idea of it, since we're revisiting the Kree there. And if she's on Saber with them, maybe we at least explore some of that. Because I know there was an interview they released not too long ago where it was like, the Marvels will serve as a sequel to this, and this. And like Secret Invasion was on that list. So I'm like, well, okay, we'll see what happens. Overall, it was pretty interesting. There's some things that they could have executed on a lot better that could have made this like land a lot more confidently in the end. It was definitely above average, I would say, at the end of the day, for like the Disney Plus shows. I think this was definitely one of the better ones. I just don't know if at the end of the day it'd be one of my favorite ones. But guys, I'd love to know what you all thought. How do you feel about this conclusion? How do you feel about the way they paced out everything? Do you think this would have worked better as a film? How do you think this is going to affect the MCU moving forward? How do you think this is going to, do you think this will be something they follow up on in the Marvels and onward? How's this rank up for you guys? How does this sit for you all? Because I know some people have just not been enjoying it at all. And I know some people really have. And I really was. But like once we got, I think, to the last episode, I started to kind of be like, you know, we feasibly can wrap this up if they do like a longer episode, you know, to spend time on some of these elements, but then they just never followed up on some of the setups and stuff like that, which is just par for the course for these shows, man, which sucks. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the reaction. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, I'd just appreciate a like, comment, and subscribe if you're not already, because we'll be continuing to see how this universe evolves. We'll be reacting to more stuff as they come out. I think the next thing from Disney Plus that we're covering is Ahsoka. I don't think there's anything between now and then, and obviously everything else that's going on in the interim. So yeah, hang out, have fun, and in the meantime, if you want to see the full length reaction, check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, gets you access as well. And speaking of before you go, I want to shout out our channel legends: Manny Sherritt, Ryan Karen, Yori Coruscant, Margaret Grace, Melito, Robert Anguiano, Jeffrey Hale, M. Sephiroth, Jake Cantrell, and Eric Official. Thank you guys so much for continued support. But that's it for this video, guys. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.